Trolls World Tour came out at a very odd time in movie theater history. A movie that was meant for theaters is now available to rent on the first day of release. This isn't that different from movies that were meant to go to theaters going to a streaming service such as Netflix. The only difference is that you're paying to rent it for 48 hours and then you just can't watch it again. Unless you pay for that rental again, which is like $19.99. And I'm not quite sure if people are going to be receptive to that, since that price is usually the same price you would pay to own the movie. It's going to be very interesting if this pans out well enough for Universal and DreamWorks. But enough about that aspect of the movie, let's talk about the movie itself. Back in 2016, DreamWorks rebooted the Trolls franchise to make a new brand. The first trailer actually got a lot of hate, but then the second trailer came out and people were a bit more receptive. There are still a lot of people that don't really like the way the trolls look, but I think it's a step in the right direction for them. I think making them colorful beings made of felt is a lot more appealing. While the first movie was about trolls and these other beings called Bergens that were trying to eat them, this movie is about trolls and the different varieties of trolls. The first movie was a jukebox musical, and I said in my review, I believe, that it was a better version of Strange Magic, since that was also a jukebox musical. And this movie runs with that concept in making it a jukebox musical of different genres. And we see a lot of different races of trolls based on those genres of music, and it's really creative. The main antagonist is this hard rock troll named Barb, who wants to get all 6 strings of the different genres of music and make all music rock. When I saw the first trailer, I knew that this was going to be sort of like an Infinity War plot, because she's trying to get all these 6 different things. It's like getting the Infinity Stones. I thought that was really fun. The trolls we followed in the first movie were pop trolls, apparently. But there's also like country trolls, classical trolls, techno trolls, funk trolls, and the rock trolls. And there's a bunch of other trolls in between that are of other genres. One that actually had me laughing a lot was the K-pop trolls. You can tell they're having a lot of fun just messing with the different genres of music. And the way that the world looks. While I did like the way that the first trolls looked, this one steps it up a notch. There's a lot of variety with the textures, where everything's made of either felt, quilt, fabric, ribbons, glitter. There's a lot of that. Pretty much everything is made out of some sort of arts and crafts. The environments are just really pretty to look at. I'd say it's probably one of DreamWorks' best looking films. As far as the story and characters go, I do like the way the story was going, where they're trying to chase Barb, the hard rock troll, trying to make all of music rock. And we learned the history of the different music genres and what happened to them. And there was an unexpected twist that happened halfway through the movie that caught me by surprise in how clever it was. Though there's also another twist later on that isn't as clever, you kind of guess it. I do really like the way the story played out with them visiting these different areas of the Troll Kingdom. But I feel like the final act kind of fumbles a little bit with the antagonist, which I think they should have had a bit more time on her. But I still did enjoy the character overall, and I really enjoyed the introduction of her dad, who was played by Ozzy Osbourne. Speaking of which, the music in this movie is a lot of covers, which is expected because it's a jukebox musical. I think most of them are pretty good, and the original songs are good as well. Though there is a medley that happens at one point that I think some people might think is annoying. And I can see how someone would think that a movie filled with a bunch of covers is kind of annoying, so I guess if that's not your kind of thing, you're probably not going to like this movie. There is sort of a lesson in the movie about accepting people's differences, which is odd because it's sort of the opposite of the last movie, where the last movie was like, don't be sad, be happy. This one's like, no, differences are okay. And I've been seeing people comparing the different genres of music to different, like, religions. So that's interesting, where the antagonist is going on a crusade to make everyone think like she does. So I guess that could be a kind of metaphor for it all, telling people to coexist with their differences rather than assimilate and think the same. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first one. If you enjoy music and playing around with the different genres of music, I think you would probably enjoy this. So if you have seen Trolls World Tour, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.